Hey, my name is Geiger. I'm one of the vice presidents at Lifeway, and I lead the Church Resources Division.
I'm Ed Stetzer. I'm the president of Lifeway Research, and we are super excited to be talking about groups today. We think groups are deeply significant to the life of the church and discipleship, but also helping people to provoke one another to love and good deeds, to be engaged in God's mission.
We're concerned. We think one of the reasons we see a lack of discipleship happening in local churches is because groups have taken a back seat. So we're honored to challenge local church leaders that groups must matter in their church because groups are so significant. We can see this in Jesus' prayer for us and for His disciples in John chapter 17. He prays for His disciples that they would be unified. He actually prays that they would be as one as He and the Father are one. That's how unified Jesus wants us. He wants us to be in community together. But not just in community that results in community, but community that results in sanctification. So He wants us to be unified and sanctified. We believe that true biblical community is going to cause people to grow and mature together and become more and more like Jesus, become more holy.
Exactly, and I think one of the things that we see, Acts 2:42 says they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching, to the breaking of bread, to the fellowship, and the prayer. So we see this pattern of small community in the New Testament that we think needs to be replicated in churches that desire to be New Testament churches today. What's interesting, as you know, in our book, Transformational Groups, we report this. People in groups, at every spiritual measure, we're experiencing transformation at a greater level. They're reading the Bible daily, they're praying consistently, they're giving, they're serving. So all those metrics that we desire to see as pastors and leaders are really found more readily in people who are in more faithful community. We've got to move people from sitting in proximity to one another to actually get them in community with one another. And we found that just having groups isn't it. It has to be a passion of the local church. So ultimately, they're pushing people to groups, they're developing leaders, and you'll be developing your leaders and launching new groups, and ultimately that you'll be feeding your people well. When those things come together, group life is healthy, and churches are actually seeing real, life change and transformation.
Because groups are so important to your church, because they're so important to the church as a whole, we've created this website. And we want to encourage you and provide these resources for you as you do these things, as you develop your leaders, as you launch new groups, and as you feed your people. So look through the website, you'll find some resources that will help you, and we're here to serve you along the way.